for all you procrastinators, you have exactly 3 days till Christmas. That's 1, 2, 3. So here's a video to save your butt. So the key to a man's heart is food, of course. And whether this is for your husband or your son or your nephew or just some guy that you drew in a drawing that you have to get a gift for, food, or especially homemade, is always a winner. So that could be cookies or like candied or sugared pecans. My husband loves those. They also freeze really well, and so you can pull those back out during spring planting or harvest. I suggest making another batch by harvest, but super easy, super good, always a winner in this household. Another wonderful thing to make is meals, just frozen meals. You can get the little aluminum pans. They're everywhere in grocery stores right now. Make their favorite dish or just something that you and your family really likes, and put tinfoil on it, put it in a freezer bag, give them the gift frozen. You can put it in a gift bag or put like a huge bow on it, you know, make it look really nice. But guys generally aren't as picky, and so just to have a homemade meal that they can take home and put in the refrigerator and eat later that week, or put back in the freezer and have whenever they want, is probably gonna make them really happy. I know whenever I make freezer meals just for our, you know, everyday life or for planting season, all of that, my husband always gets really excited, and then it's like he comes home and he's like, what do we get to eat today? You know, it's kind of funny. So food is the key to a man's heart, and the pathway to his soul is bullets. So if guns are legal in your country, bullets are always a good go-to if your guy is reasonably country. If you don't know what to buy and you're having trouble kind of pulling information out of him, if you know where he keeps his guns, if you know where he keeps his guns, sometimes you can just take a picture on your phone of the guns, take it to the service counter wherever they sell bullets, and a lot of guys are going to know what they're looking at from, you know, the picture. You can also, this is a better idea, just take a picture of the bullet boxes, or I suggest a video, and then you can kind of turn the box around slowly so that if you don't know where the gauge is, so each gun size is like a gauge, that's what they call it. So the bullets might be 12 gauge or 20 gauge, so on and so forth. But anyway, so then the guy at the service counter can see that and know what to help you out with. Another common idea that you hear around the holidays is the Dirty Dozen. So basically it's just a jar with candy and then like little coupons or like different ideas that you guys can do together. My G-rated mind goes to like hikes or, you know, a trip to the zoo, or, you know, like fun stuff like that. My husband's not really into stuff like that, so then my mind goes to food. So as most women, I'm sure, remember, all the fun, exciting new changes from the first trimester come back in the third trimester, and I have not slept since 3 a.m. With that being said, food was really on my mind, and so I kept thinking like, okay, so like a coupon for cookies or like his favorite meal or something like that, and then I was like, Dirty Dozen, what else can I call other than, thank you, what else can I call this other than like the Dirty Dozen? And then I was like, well, I have to get my dishes dirty to make like a batch of cookies or make like a meal. And then I was like, man, if you have a lot of dirty dishes, you must really love your family. Of course, I haven't slept since like 3 a.m. And then the more I thought about it, I was like, man, so those women that like do dishes a lot or run their dishwasher like once or twice or I don't know, 5 times a day, you really love your families. So you could really just be done with Christmas shopping and be like, I'm making meals, homemade meals every single day. Boom! Mother of the year, wife of the year. That's you, girl. That's you. So, you know, whatever you come up with that. Shaving oil is also another phenomenal gift. Once guys start shaving oil, it's called the Shave Secret. They don't go back. They stick with this thing. We get it from Walmart. You can also get it from shavesecret.com. It's apparently really nice. It leaves their skin feeling very moisturized and very soft, and it is literally taking over like my whole entire family. My dad uses it, my brother probably uses it by now, my husband uses it. It's very popular in this area. Also, if your guy listens to talk radio, it's advertised on talk radio a lot, so he's probably heard of it. Warm stuff is another phenomenal gift. I am notorious for getting my husband long underwear for Valentine's Day and stuff like that. In my mind, it's a practical gift. My husband's just really not into gifts, so he's kind of hard to shop for, really. But on the other hand, he's like so easy, and he's honestly really excited because it keeps him warm. So long underwear is phenomenal. Also a flannel shirt, and I mean like the really thick flannel. My husband loves them because if he needs to take his coat off, he can still have something that's not bulky like a coat, but still very warm. A lot of brands now are coming out with heat technology, and so even though the material is really thin, it kind of helps keep heat in, but my husband does really like the thick, like the real flannel, traditional flannel. So that's also phenomenal. Of course, I wear this stuff all the time too, because if you get a little too warm, it pulls the moisture off of your body. And then even if you don't have moisture, if you stayed pretty dry, it helps keep the heat in. And so it's just phenomenal. A lot of times the fabric is, I can't get my glove on, really soft, but as long as the tag says moisture wicking, then you're good. My favorite brands are, of course, Under Armour, but I don't really want to pay that much for like being on the farm. So cheaper brands, again, as long as the tag says moisture wicking, you're good. So this is, I think I'm gonna get my husband some gloves for Valentine's Day. I wear these all the time. I just, you know, have my base layer, and then, cause I'm always cold, you know, and then just stick my other glove on top of it. I think these will be really phenomenal for calving season because I've worn them. I'm really hoping my husband will come around and actually wear them if I get him some. But again, it pulls any wetness off your hand, so your hand actually stays dry. But I think the time he would use it the most is during calving season, when you're just, of course it's really disgusting, but you're like working with a newborn calf or trying to get it to nurse. Sometimes they're still kind of wet, or you get like, you know, milk on your hand. So I think these would be really great. A while back, someone had asked me what the brown coats that a lot of American farmers wear. Obviously, they were not from the US, but if you are interested in something like that, Carhartt is like the best brand. Bernie is, it's like the off-brand of that, but it's still perfectly good coat, very warm. They are a little expensive, so I would maybe try to get like a 10% off. I've never seen higher than 30% off, but any little bit helps because they are a little bit cashy. This is our son's, but a Bernie has the bear emblem on it, and then B-E-R-N-E. But that's going to be a little cheaper. If you live in an area that's a little more, there's just more moisture in the air, I don't know that this would maybe be your best bet, because the covering tends to hold moisture, and so by the end of the day, if it's raining or something, your coat is just so heavy and it's holding all that moisture. You do stay pretty dry, but the coat gets pretty heavy. I like to wear, even around the farm, like a shell, kind of a shell coat or a shell cover. You know, it kind of makes that sound. Not exactly a raincoat, but yet it keeps you dry and it blocks the wind. And this is a little bit thicker one. This is our son's again. I don't know, I just got it from Sam's Club. Free Country is the brand. I don't know. I just picked it up. And so if you live in an area that's a little more moisture in the air, I would maybe get something that kind of has that shell coating instead of like a Carhartt or a Bernie coat. But either way, it's, you know, they're really great brand. They're a really great coat, and you're gonna stay very warm. Last but not least, phone cover, Life Proof. Literally spelled life and then proof because they literally are life proof. They're good for everything. They're supposed to be shatter resistant. We've never tested that, but they are water resistant. They are dust resistant, so your microphone and your speaker stay like perfect. And we've been using these for 4 years now. My husband actually came from the dark side. He had a flip phone forever. He was one of the last people that I know that finally switched to a smartphone, and he had only had that phone like a month, maybe 2 months, and he came home one day, literally came up the stairs, and took his jeans off and put them straight in the wash and started the wash, which is not something he normally does, but for whatever reason this time he did. And about an hour later realized, wait a minute, where's my phone? And then gets to thinking about it and realizes he never took it out of his jeans pocket. About that time, true story, about that time it started ringing. His phone started ringing from the washing machine, and it had done a full cycle, and his phone was good as new. It's still the same phone that he uses today, and it works perfectly. So I cannot say enough good things about LifeProof cover. If you do get this, I don't know that you can have it, I would hope you have enough time to get it shipped to your house by Christmas, but if you can't, I would suggest, you know, maybe giving your guy a picture of the phone cover that's coming. I don't know. At least my husband really wouldn't care, but at your own risk, I guess. But if you order online, it is so much easier to get it replaced, because if you get the cover from a store, you have to return it to the store, and then there's just multiple extra steps. If you order online, all you have to do is call or email the company when you want to get a new cover, and they already have your information, so it's so much easier. We tend to get new covers every year just because, well, year and a half, just because on the farm they just get so much more wear and tear. But my speaker is perfect, my microphone is perfect, the phone stays in really good condition, and so it really is worth the investment. Even if you don't farm, even if you have kids or grandkids, they really are life-proof. So I cannot say enough good things about that phone cover. So anyway, hope this helps give you a few ideas. You still have a little time, so shop away and have fun, and most of all, Merry Christmas!